It is a chilly night here in the northeastern U.S., but we've got some football to keep us warm at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Tonight, we culminate pivotal Week 14 with a great Monday night matchup between the Houston Texans and the New England Patriots. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand here. CD, you look at the Texans in this matchup. Their offense is one that doesn't rely too heavily on just one guy. They like to spread things around as best they can.
You're right about that. It's a diverse unit, and they like to run their offense by what they call game plan, meaning each and every week they study the opponent, they probe its weaknesses, and they move the ball around that way. They emphasize who's going to get it based on what they think they'll accomplish in that game. Other teams, they're a system team. They're going to run what they run no matter what. I like this style of offense. It suits them well.
Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. So now the Patriots getting set to take over on offense. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their third-year quarterback.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll look to throw. And this complete to Henry over the middle. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. They'll set up a throw. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3 quarterback.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl type season. And maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year. And with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll look to throw here. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Pats are going to take possession of the football. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
The Patriot offense heading back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. On third down, he'll drop to throw.
And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that's going to bring up a fourth down.
Out there is Rodrigo Blankenship in the field goal unit.
From the left hash, this from 46.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Takes it at the 7. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game.
Their second drive here of the ball game, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
Now a give, right side. It's Page. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. On play action, they'll throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big one there on third down. They hit for 30 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Page, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd. Looking to throw.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play.
We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Page.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Back to throw again. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete.
And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Again, he'll drop to throw. This will be caught at about the 6.
From the 5, 2nd and 4.
Up the middle, hammering for the goal line. He loses the football.
could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumbled, recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
And his kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
New England trying to get a place on offense. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top form.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
2nd and 14.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Throw left side complete. That's Robinson. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
They go play action here on 1st down.
And that one going to come up short, low throw.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll look to throw again.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 42. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here's Robinson again on 2nd down.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And in this first quarter of play, this will remain a tie ball game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They'll try the left side. It's Page. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. 3-3, a tight one after one on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter two, as they've got it facing a second and long situation. Back to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. The offense on third down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. They'll set up to throw. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A big play there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have taken the lead. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes, because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. New England's offense set to go. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
That boy showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards. Here's Robinson again on second down. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
But that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a handoff up the middle. Groves. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. He'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
On is Jake Bailey to send this one away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. Trying to escape the shadow of their goalpost. That helped. 10 yards, first down.
That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good because, remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wind up getting good yardage and a first down right out of the gate.
And now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. It's Page. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. The Texans at 10-2 on the year. They've been flawless these last couple months, winners of 9 in a row.
And let's give them a ton of credit, because in a league that's built on any given Sunday, any team can win. To run off this kind of a streak, this kind of a number, that's pretty darn impressive.
That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
On first down, Page. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half, as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Now back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Patriots take over. New England trying to get a place on offense. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And it's a fumble. And the Texans scoop it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Complete to number 3. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 14-yard line.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. They'll drop to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
I'll pick up the 2 yards. First down, Houston.
They'll look to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. 2nd and 6 with the ball on the 7.
Complete to number 3. 4 yards on the pickup.
Up the middle they go. It's Page, and he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. He'll look to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And last time they coughed it up. Led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. 2nd and 11 now. Now a handoff up the middle. Groves. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Being chased out left. This is intercepted. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Well, CD, that's a huge play by this defense in a close ball game. I think he was trying to just extend the play. They're getting outside the pocket, but he throws a costly pick 6.
Yeah, he's trying to find someone open. You're exactly right. He wasn't looking to run. He was looking to throw. The result, not good for him. They were more than happy on the defensive side to gather that one in and take it to the house.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. They'll set up a throw. Forced out to his left. He's got a man. Complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. And this one too low. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Texans are going to get it back here just past the 35. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play.
We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. He's got a man, complete. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown, Texans. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Texans are able to add on to their first half lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded inside the 5. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. We get a look at Amon-Ra St. Brown as his offense readies for the next drive. Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, and look, he asks for the ball all the time anyway. He's really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. This time they stay on the ground. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. Here's Jake Bailey now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Dak Prescott, 5 touchdown passes, leading his guys to the victory. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they couldn't get the job done as they fall to the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Darnell Mooney leading the way with 3 touchdown catches. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Pittsburgh Steelers. Patrick Mahomes, 5 touchdown passes, leading his guys to the victory. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for the Texans. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look.
Now, the current playoff picture, and you can see they are one of those 3 wild card teams, at least for the moment, but they have not clinched that spot, Charles. And look, Their message has been clear. We're keeping our foot on the gas to the very end.
And how about the theater and the drama that's involved, partner? The best part, we've got a front row seat to it all. And I think this is obviously the ultimate goal when they added a 7th seed to the playoffs back in 2020. More drama, more teams in it late in the season, and more importance on games like this. All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
They'll run on first down. It's Page, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 27-yard line. That's good for 28 yards. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
They'll look to throw now on first down. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Page. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Back to throw again. And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down. And this one is right through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Here comes the Patriots offensive unit. They'll have it first here to begin the 3rd quarter. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Texans scoop it. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
An extra point attempt here still to come. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This taken in at the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. The Patriots ready to try again on offense. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Looking to throw. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab.
And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offensive.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. The Patriots send out their punter. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Oh, he shifts past him. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt.
And the Texans will take over.
And now out comes Houston. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. And there's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
On first down, Page. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on third down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And it'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to fourth down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And that is no good. But that shouldn't matter a great deal as they still lead by a bundle here.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on him, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
New England's offense set to go. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Here's 2nd and 8. Complete. It's Henry. And they're going to...
is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
It's a gain of 34.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. The number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though, and they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
He'll rifle this one deep right side, and he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 39 yards there, a big one.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Texans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Back to throw. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. And the sack leads to roughly a loss of 6, and it brings up 2nd and goal. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep, and he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. They'll set up to throw. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Texans add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. They seemingly just continue to score at will, and as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ballgame.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
The Patriots offense now. They work their way back onto the field.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter.
Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
He's trying to get it to Amon-Ra St. Brown.
That'll bring up second down.
It's second down and 10.
Six yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it.
And he will have a Patriots first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6.
He'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Henry.
Complete to Hunter Henry. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete.
And he will have a Patriots first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Now a pass here, caught by Hunter Henry.
Pass on 1st down. Complete to Hunter Henry. He's taken out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 11. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Intercepted by the Texans.
Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Page. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? So roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around. And we know they'll be here before you know it.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing.
And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. This will be a 34-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
And the Patriots gearing up to go now.
And that 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the 4th quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll drop to throw. Right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. On 2nd down now. It's Page, and they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll keep it on the ground. Page. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
And sometimes things come together exactly like you want. It's not just been the volume of carries he's had in this contest. It's been the production as well.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Up the middle they go. It's Page. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago. And you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for Houston, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for New England, you wonder what this will do to their playoff prospects as they fall to 8-5. And they will be at home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins.